So do you know when somebody asks you about your product and what it does or where it wants to be in the future? That's why you need a product vision. So let's talk about product vision. You need a product vision to be able to convey the value or the goal of what your product is going to do. Building a product vision might sound quite easy and simple, but usually when you want to concentrate all the things and the potential value that you're bringing to your users and who those users are into a short sentence, that is not an easy task. We have seen very good examples of product visions in Google, YouTube, Tesla, SpaceX. And as I said, creating a product vision is not just somebody just suddenly blurting one phrase that sounds very catchy and that's how you're going to get a product vision. It basically is a process of trying to understand better what you're offering, to whom, and what's the value that you're providing to those users. One question first. Have you defined a product vision ever before for your product, the current company where you're working, the product that you're working? Let me know in the comments below. Hey, and share the vision of that product with the rest of us. So let's talk about what are the aspects that actually are very important to define your product vision. So the main thing that you have to think about is what is your value proposition? Write it down. It might be that it's not just one value proposition. Different products may have several different value propositions. That is something that you have to write down and put them into some kind of board. Next one, you need to think about your target audience. Who are the users that you are focusing on, that you are delivering that value that we talk about, that value proposition? Who is that value proposition made for? Who are those customers? There might be several of them. Try to concentrate on the main ones. That's going to be successful for you. When you're building a product vision, you have to think about how you are doing your unique selling point or your key selling point compared to your competitors. Understanding what are those unique selling points or key selling points, otherwise known as KSPs or USPs or KSPs, that's going to help you when phrasing how you are differentiating yourself from others. When you're building a product vision, typically you are not talking about the product that you have right now. You are talking about the product that you are going to have in certain years. You might not have that product at this point, but this is the way or the place that you want to go. Think about SpaceX. SpaceX certainly has not made humanity a multiplanetary species, but that's their goal. That's their vision. That is several years ahead. It's not just a couple of years or 5 years, probably many other years, especially when you think about multiplanetary in more than just Earth and one more, but several multiple other ones. Which means that when you're doing this, you had to be visionary. Okay, so as vision says. But you had to be realistic. So you had to understand that this is an achievable goal. Don't make a vision of something that you don't have or that you don't know how you're going to solve. So don't try to talk about faster than light speed traveling, because that is not a problem that we can solve at this point. So talk about things or visions or facts that you know that you will be able to achieve just with regular work, given that the technology that is available is going to help you build and solve those problems. So mainly when you are having your vision and when you want to build and define that vision, you basically are gathering what are your whys, your hows, and your whats in some kind of board. And what you want to do is just to build that phrase that basically is telling people, why are you existing as a company? And who are you going to help and bring into that journey with you? One thing that I want to point out is that when you're talking about product vision, you're not talking necessarily about company vision. Product vision is the vision of that product. The company might have many products. If a company has many products, obviously the vision of that company is not going to be the vision of a product. Think about Microsoft, for example. The vision for Word is not the same vision for Microsoft as such. Microsoft has plenty of products, from hardware products to software products and so on. So you cannot compare, in that case, the product vision to the company vision. In other companies, when there's a product, only one product for the whole company, it might be that most of or pretty much the vision of the product is what it applies to the company. Why is it important to have a vision? Having a vision is very important because it's going to help you keep the focus in the company. If you are able to define that vision, bring everybody in with you in the company, and not just in the company, also your customers, that they believe what you believe, quoting there Simon Sinek, then you are going to be able to have not just people focusing on that goal, but also people that want to help you achieve those goals that you have. That is very important. And this is why having a product vision, it is especially very, very important. Usually you don't change product visions unless you don't change them often. It might be that several years down the line, especially when you start to get closer to that vision, you might want to adapt it. I mean, you might want to modify a bit so it actually you update it from the moment that you are at that point into whatever is the new vision that you have for that product, company, and so on. Another thing that is important to take into account is that product strategy and product vision are not the same thing. They are very linked to each other, but they're not the same thing and they shouldn't be confused. If you enjoyed the video, give it a like and subscribe to the channel. It helps massively the channel. I will see you in the next one. And remember, stay safe.